Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Coloring Passports. I'm Rio and today we're doing the Atlantic Spotted Dolphin in colored pencils. Let's get started. So, this sweet baby here is in this aqua colored water here. But notice that the colorations on him aren't so much grays like they are here in this picture. They're reading more yellows and kind of mauves and there's some purples in there. I see all those colors. So I'm already perplexed by the background of this. And so I'm very much so in love with the aqua color. You know this for a fact. I love it so much I can't hardly stand myself. However, the yellows means maybe we could play with some purples on the background. I mean, like, does it matter? Does it have to be? Does it have to be aqua all the time, or can we have fun with some other colors? I don't know. It gives me anxieties. Okay, so let's just get started, because if I just get started, then I won't think about it too hard. Okay, so I've got some French gray, some light peach here. I've got a yellow. The cream is what that is. I've got some grayed lavender. I've got some warm gray here. I've got the black, which I'm going to save for later. Espresso, that's another really nice darker tone here. The cool gray, 50% warm gray. There we go with that. I've got 30% cool gray. That one goes there. 10% French gray. That one's a really nice color. In fact, I think I'm going to start with that. He's more of the taupey, beigey, mauve colors, but as he goes back, he takes on that green tint. The greens and the blues are in there. He's really every color of the rainbow, just like everything else. So I'm going to have to figure out how to work all that in. This this indanthrene blue, I don't need that at this point. That's a hard pass. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. That pattern is full. Okay, so French gray here. Part of the problem is you don't know this already, but I've already started this once at an event and then realized, oh, we weren't filming any of that because we couldn't. It was outdoors and the lighting was terrible. However, I'll reach over here.
Are you rambling?
I am rambling. That was Say hi. All right, let's get started. So I know I've got the 10% French gray here. That paper moves. Sace is always yelling at me about that, making sure that I've got my shot framed here perfectly. So I gotta hold the paper down while I do this. I'm gonna put some of that French gray, which is really a beigey gray. This is a yellow gray. On the top of his rostrum here, and he's gonna have a little bit of that right here on his little bottom lip. A sweet little baby. And then he's gonna have some of that up here underneath his smile line and above his smile line as well. And, I'm really kind of feeling like I just wanna go crazy with this and start with a different color. So I think I'm gonna. Espresso. What does this look like? Is that the color? Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, I've got the espresso. And I am barely touching this picture. I'm barely touching this paper. So there's a highlight light there. It's gonna come down. So I'm gonna put in all the darks first, which normally I put in the lights first, but because he is so light colored, I'm just feeling like I wanna go ahead and put in some of the darker colors first. Just so I can kind of see where we're going with this. Because I might go heavy on the watercolors with this guy. This espresso really is the color of his spots. So I don't want to get too dark with them because I want them to be random. So I'm gonna come in and just, I can see where I drew these on the iPad that I didn't come in and clean up all of my lines. Sorry about that, y'all. There's some little squiggles that got left that should have been erased. I'm more critical about what I do for the illustrations than I am for the actual filling in the illustrations with the colors. Yep, I can see that I did not edit any of these. It's kind of funny. Ignore my little curly cues. I've set a 2-hour timer in the hopes that I will not dilly-dally and just get this done. And it's not that I don't care, it's that I'm trying to push myself a little bit in the process to not overthink it. Save the overthinking for when I'm painting with actual paint instead of colored pencils and watercolor. Okay, so I know this is like, he's got a curvy here, and he's got kind of a line back here. Just coming in and trying to tell myself where some of these lines are going to be. So I know on his rostrum here, take that same espresso color. It's so pretty. I know that we're going to have a little tiny zigzaggy here of some color, and then it's going to come up over. But I'm really feeling like this espresso is not 100% the color on his rostrum. So as it comes forward here in the light, I see that because this espresso has a lot of that yellowy color in there. I'm gonna come back to the dorsal fin. Now I've got a highlight right there. And I'm going to start to shadow in where the dorsal fin touches the body. I'm going to start to put some shadows in right there because I know that's going to be there. Then I know that he's got another little highlighty, kind of a shadowy area. Right there. I use this color a lot in the shark book. Feel excited about the shark book? We're almost done with that. It's been delayed a little bit because of the traveling, but as soon as I get back to my regular studio, we will be full force on that book. Now this part down here is a little bit darker and it's shadowed, but we don't want to use the exact same color back here predominantly as we are up here. So this needs to be a little more blued out. So I'm going to grab a different color. I'm going to grab this 70% warm gray. Do I want that, or do I want the... I think I want the 70% cool gray. The reason why it's cool, the cool has more blue in it. There we go. That's the color. And I really do want more blue in this because I want more atmosphere between his tail fin than what we've got up here on his pectoral fins and his side, because it's further away. Okay. Now I know that this is going to kind of come up like this. So some of that blue needs to go right over that espresso color. Notice that I'm not coloring in the entire area with this. I'm using a soft edge of the pencil, and I'm just making some marks here. So some of this is just completely not even touching, really. He's got a bend right here. Put this one down for a minute, and I want the I feel like there's a little bit right here on this edge. There's a little bit of this warm gray. This is the 90% warm gray, and I can see the red in it. Gonna pick up the 70% cool gray again. Yeah, that's working. That's doing a great job. Gonna pick the espresso back up. Color in some of these spots just slightly, because I'm gonna go back over them with another hue. Okay, I've got all of my spots colored in. Let's see where we're at. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna grab this light peach and I'm gonna come in and start adding some highlights here. I'm not gonna push super hard because I'm gonna go over some of these areas with some yellow. Well, that cream color is what it is. But I know that I've got reflections here on this guy that I want to make sure that I translate in the photo. Oh yeah, that's nice. Down here on the rostrum. Definitely some watermarks on his pectoral fin. Oh, he's got a little heart right there. Gonna have some of that highlighty color on his eye. I know that's gonna be there because that part sticks out. The light's coming from this way, so it's coming over the top of him. So he's gonna have some little zigzaggy there. You can look at that reference photo in on the page and see some of this. I'm going to color over that yellow with another color, so I'm not too concerned about what's going to happen up there. Okay. I've already started this on another page and I like where this one's going. So we're trying to catch up. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of this chestnut here. Well, first I wanna use the warm gray, 70% warm gray. Come up in here. There's melon, touches his rostrum. Just gonna draw some little lines. Very, very, very lightly. I'm not 100% committing to any of this right now. I'm just barely putting in some marks here. I find that when I start a project and then come back to it, that sometimes I struggle a little bit out of the gate, and that's okay. Alright, so I want to put a little bit of that gray on the back side of his rostrum, just a touch. I'm going to put a little bit of it right in here, because I can see some of it in there. I'm not going to cover up all that yellow though. I want it to look random, because I want it to look like the water's bouncing off of him. And then I know that I've got dots and things here. He's very spotted up underneath here. And I didn't draw all the spots because I wanted you to have an opportunity to be a little random with some of your marks here without having to stress out about being perfect with all of this. Now I know that's got a yellow kind of a glow, but I also know that it is shadowed there a little bit. So it's got kind of a delicate balance there of one and the other. Now we're getting it. Now we're getting it. Okay, so I know this is here. I got a little bit of, we're gonna have a little bit of gray in this. A little bit of gray coming across the front of his melon there. Notice that I've changed a little bit of direction there. Now I'm randomly just starting to lay in some more gray color here. And it's looking very scratchy and very scribbly, and that's okay for right now. We'll smooth that out in just a minute. So up here I feel like grain of his skin feels like it's going this way. And right up in here, same thing. Here. But then as it comes down, I feel like it changes direction a little bit. And that's probably just the light, the way the light's working on this dolphin. And use some of that color on the end of his pectoral fin too. Now this pectoral fin is going to be a lot more of the reddish gray, but I want to lay this base color down here first, and then I'll come in and I'll work that. just need to put in a little bit of color there. I mean, I'm barely touching this paper now. Okay, so I feel like I've got him kind of started in a way that I'm comfortable with now. So let's switch colors. Okay, before we get too much further into the actual dolphin itself, I want to grab the cobalt turquoise. This might not be the right color, but I'm seeing this color in the bottom of this dolphin because of the reflection from the water. So I'm just going to play with this color just a little bit. Now, this color is super intense. I mean, it will eat your lunch. So I'm not gonna get crazy with it yet. I'm gonna put this teal back here on his tail, his fluke. A little bit back here on, a little bit of reflective light right back here, where that's kind of curving around there. If you want it to look realistic, you always have to keep your mind open to the idea that there's going to be colors there because of the reflective light. Okay, so there's the green. So we've got yellow, orange, some reddy browns, and some blue grays and some greens. Okay. Let me grab this 50% warm. Right. Oh yeah, that's the color. Yep. I'm going to come in here with this 50% warm gray. And I am going to start putting in a little bit darker color here on this pectoral fin. This one is underneath him, so it's going to be further away, and it's going to have a pretty significant shadow on it. I'm also going to use the same color. This color is really pretty. So I'm going to use the same color up here on his face, just going right over what we've already done. Sorry for the harsh shadows, y'all. We are making do with the studio situation while we are hanging out in Marathon, Florida. Got a cute little condo though for the month while I'm here teaching clinics at the schools. come in here. This one's kind of intense. I'm gonna just kind of come in and shade a little bit here in this white area. The white area is bothering me a little bit, so I'm gonna try to get rid of it. Now there are some more spots here in this area that I just didn't bother to draw, but they're a little more faint. So I'm just gonna, and I have to be careful because I draw parallel lines with everything. Just kind of accidentally, just sort of happens. Okay, so I know that right here, that his pectoral fin is going to have a little bit of a shadow right here. And it's going to be a little bit heavier as it comes out this way. There's going to be some. And I'm breaking the rule by using the exact same color all over it. However, I'm pushing a little bit harder in some areas and not as hard in others. And we're gonna go over this with some other hues anyway, so it'll be okay. Okay. Now, let's get some of this mahogany red into the sweet baby up here. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm feeling like, yes, yes. Barely touching it. Definitely can feel that mahogany here in his pectoral fin. Now the trick with the teal green is to run that mahogany right over the top of it. Red and green are complementary colors. And so what that's going to do is take down the intensity of that green, but still leave the idea of it being there. And that's what I want it to do. I want it to just settle down just a touch. So I'm going to come in here a little bit more on this back. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Sometimes it's easier to see it in the monitor than it is to see it on the page here. This right here still bothers me because this is coming down and coming straight across. So this needs to have some sort of a little definition here. And then the other thing that needs to happen is I need to take some of this sepia and just run it right along here, because this would hit, but then it would lay down a little bit in here, and then it would come right back out right here. It's gonna have it. You're gonna have a shadow right there with it, and then this. You're gonna have some other lines here. You're gonna have to get used to using several different colors of these neutrals here. Take that sepia. I don't want it all covered. That's better. Okay, I can live with that. Okay, what's it gonna look like up here? Is that the right color? That's pretty dang close. Lay that on its edge and just start to fill that area right there in just a touch. Same thing on the edge of his little rostrum here. What I'm trying to do right now is simply get rid of all the white that's left on the page. I need all the white gone. This area right here, right under his eye, is a little bit darker. This is a little bit darker still. As we come up on the side here, all these marks where that water is highlighting him. See, this is reading pretty brown right now, so now I have to go back in and add some of the cool gray to put the blue back into it. There it is. There it is. And then we're going to use the cool gray right over the top of that area. Oh, that's very nice. Same cool, this is the 30% cool gray coming down here right underneath where his melon and his rostrum connect. All of these colors doing some great things together. Super, super pretty. That's starting to look pretty good. So I'm feeling like it's time to start adding some lavenders and peaches. And then maybe adding some colors to the background. I'm still on the fence if I'm gonna go purples in the background or if I'm gonna go blue and aqua. So we'll see. I don't know what I've decided to do yet. I'm gonna take this lavender color. This is the grade lavender. And I'm just gonna start coming in and building up the color profile here on the side of this dolphin. Going right over some of that yellow. It's gonna show through, it's gonna look really nice. Making those teeny tiny baby circles, my little egg shapies. See, it just really kind of starts to build that color up and it just looks nice. And that lavender in there really starts to build all of this up quite dramatically. Come in. I'm gonna push a little harder so that some of that lavender is really showing through. There we go. Got a little bit of dust coming off of that, but that's okay. So now we're going to build up the rostrum area just a little bit more. Slate gray. Grab some of the slate gray. Oh yeah, that's the color. So right on top of all those other colors that I've had back here, I took a little break. Got a little something to eat, feel a lot better. I want to add some of that slate gray to his pectoral fin here. Not a ton though. It's really more in the red grays, purple grays than it is the blue grays. I'm gonna come back here, right here on his side. So I feel like there's some right here, but I'm gonna have to go back over that again because it's really more in the warmer tones, which is not nomenclature that I typically use at all. It's more in the red grays, yellow grays, orange grays. I'm gonna put a little bit more of it here in his pectoral fin though, right over the top of all those colors that are already there. That's the beautiful thing about the colored pencils, is that you just layer all of these colors on top of each other, and they just do these the most spectacular color changes. See, look at that already. I mean, it looks like I've done all this intense amount of work. I'm gonna make some of it a little bit darker, some of it a little bit lighter. Coming back this way, we're gonna start adding a little bit, and I'm coloring in a little different direction here because I want some of that to really show up. So, oh yeah, that's working. Okay, now I want to come over here and add some over here. This part of his face has gotten a little darker than what I want it to be, but there's really not a lot I can do about that right now. I'm going to come in. It's dark outside now, so we typically have the blinds are open with extra light coming into the studio here in the Airbnb, and I just can't see as well as I would be able to if I was in my own studio with tons of studio lights. We just can't travel with all those lights. It's too much. So you're gonna have to bear with me. This is probably not gonna be as great as it would be if I was in the studio, but we're gonna get it done. Okay, there's that. So now I want the lavender. Ooh, that's really lavender. I don't know. That might not be. Okay, but blending it out, that is correct. Look at that. Oh yeah, I like that. And by blending it out, I mean I'm just coloring over everything else I've done back here. And I'm just coloring a little bit heavier and really starting to blend that out there. Oh, that's it. That's the color that I'm seeing on the back of this sweet baby dolphin. Okay. And I'm no expert at this. I'm sure there's gazillions of people that are better at this than I am. But I am doing this so that I can learn how to paint them. I'm taking the time to practice, so that when the paint hits the canvas or the panel, I'm prepared. Which also gives me the freedom to experiment here without fear of screwing something up. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? Okay. So this lavender has become a friend in this painting here. Okay, now we're gonna grab some of this Deco Peach, which I know not a color that you would commonly think of as being part of this dolphin's body, but it is there in this. It is there in this, and not everywhere. I'm just gonna kind of come in and keep. Here's the thing: I really can't see his blowhole, can I? Because he's not turned quite enough to see it. I know that it's there, because in the image I can see the bubble trail, but you don't really see it on this. Now I also know that I'm going to come over here and I'm going to just take some of that peach right over the top of his rostrum and a little bit on the side of his face. Look at that. Okay, and then I know that I've got peach back here. I've got peach on his top of his head here. Just gonna keep layering the color and layering the colors. And And I'm not pushing as hard as I was when I was coloring the bottom here, but I want to add, oh yeah, there we go. That peach right to the top of his pectoral fin. That's the color that was missing there. Okay. Now I'm going to color in the direction here. This pectoral fin gets thick, comes down. I'm going to add a little bit of this peach up in here. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna add a little bit of this peach down here to kind of set that green down just a little bit. I'm still not happy with his underbelly. I would do it differently if I was using paint. Come in here and add some of the peach right on top. I'm trying to get rid of all of the color marks. Which will serve to make all of this a little more cohesive. That might not have been the right color to use to do that. I'll just have to see. Again, practice. It's just practice. It's just practice. That's not terrible. See, look, now he looks like he's got the light shining on him up here. Still very variegated up here, not quite as cute as what I want. So I'm curious here. I really kind of want to do this in purple, but I really kind of want to do it in the teals too. So, I'm gonna go ahead I'm gonna grab this lavender. Ooh, is that it? Is that a color that I want to use on him? Look how cute he is. I'm digging this. Okay, I don't like the lavender. I'm gonna put it back over here in the purple section because I don't really think that's a gray at all. I just don't like it. I'm going back to the light green. Now, I could try to make these three-dimensional and make the edges darker. I don't know if I really want to do that. I don't know if I really want to put that much effort into the background of this. So for right now, I'm gonna say, nah, no thank you. And just ooh, hello. See, sometimes that's not really the right color though. definitely underneath him is a lot lighter than that. And I don't have a way to fix that, do I? Let me see if I can get in here with this yellow and kind of brighten up some of this. Well, that works. It actually looks pretty close to the photograph. Okay, so then let's come in here and let's add some yellow in here. And I'm just kind of coloring right over everything. Now I'm going to come in this direction here. Now here on this part of his back, I'm using the yellow to blend everything out because of the highlight lights on there. The beautiful part about the Prismacolors is it will take a lot of different color. It'll take a lot of layers of color. See, that's pretty cool, and I can go in and darken some of this now. I'm pretty happy with where we're at so far. It's not perfect, but I'm happy. So I'm gonna put that down. This doesn't really work. Doesn't really fit the narrative. So then I'm wondering if this is maybe the next color to use. I'm really not kidding y'all. I really want to do this in purples in the background. It's just kind of crazy, but I feel like that the purple, if I don't like it, I'll just color over it. Do I have an eraser? Oh my goodness.
What?
That works. Okay, well. I don't know if I like this or not. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not sure I like this. Maybe it should be peach. Actually, I'm gonna finish coloring over the purple with this blue. And then I'm gonna go over all of it with aqua because I don't like the purple. And I know that the aqua will work because of the reflective light that's on the bottom of the Okay, so there's that. Now let's come in with this. Right over the top. Oh! Hello. Hello. I like that. I'm just gonna take that color. I'm just gonna experiment with some different colors of blue. I'm not 100% sold on any of it. In fact, this is the first one that I probably wish I would have swatched all my colors first and then committed to a color palette for this. Okay, well, I do kind of like how this is shaping up. It's not terrible. I'm gonna grab this color right here and just come in behind him right here. And see what we think about this color. Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna go right over the top of it with this green. What I think I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna color this dark. And then I'm gonna come over the top of this with the watercolor interference. I don't like it. I kind of like it, but I don't 100% like it. It's coming too far in front. Well, there's the color it should have been all along. Let's come right over the top of this. This is where we spend too much time on the background, because I still struggle, even though I've studied color with Kay all these years, I still struggle with this part of it sometimes. Part of it is that I didn't swatch my colors. In the back of my head, I was thinking, Rio, you need to pull out your color swatch page and swatch your colors. But did I do that? Nope, I didn't do that. I didn't do it. I'm gonna go right over that pectoral fin with this green. See what that does? That sets him right down into that background. Now if I take this exact same green all through this background, it'll make it more cohesive and cover up all the lavender. And then I'm going to paint over this with the interference colors, maybe a really beautiful glittery color. How is that? That's not terrible. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So now let's in here. I like all these, this space back here. I like how abstract and fluid this space lends itself to being. I like it. Got a little bit of dust on it. Still not happy with the background, but we're just gonna drive on. I'm gonna darken this up a little bit. See if I like it better. Oh yeah, that's better. When in doubt, go darker. I'm gonna extend this right here. Even though it's not drawn in, I'm gonna draw it in. I'm gonna darken this up just a little bit here. And fade that in. Just gonna darken up this side. Fade that in. Darken this up. Oh, these colored pencils are just buttery. They're so nice. See, that's better because that sits behind him. That's where it's supposed to be. This still is scratchy like Crayola. I'm gonna come in with this right over the top. Smooth that out. Smooth all of that out. We're down to 38 minutes left to get this done. I am stopping at the 2-hour mark. I'm not gonna drag this out any longer than that because I overthink everything. Oh yeah, that's much better. I just overthink it all. There's no reason to. It's practice. That's cool. Okay, so now I know that there's gonna be some of that color is gonna, show up on his backside here, just a touch. Some of that's gonna show up in his the dorsal fin here, just a touch. I've gotten a little sloppy with it. I can clean that up. I want to darken up all of this area here. I definitely want to darken all of this up. Oh, I feel the pinch of the time pressure. "36 minutes left." I find the edge of the paper the hardest part to color, because I don't want to get that color on the next page, and it tends to want to roll up a little bit. Okay, there's that. So, moving back, I suppose we just stick with the what we've already done here and just keep going back. Oh yeah. Woo. I am genuinely embracing the challenge of illustrating all of these species that I've never done before, because I think it will make me a better artist. Ooh, that's really pretty. I actually really like that transition there. It's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put this down for a minute. I can always finish that, not finish it, you know, whatever. Let's get back into this dolphin because I need to add some more of this. This is the chestnut. I know it's odd, but I am seeing this color in this dolphin right here. Add some more right here. See, that chestnut calms down that green as well that we just put in there as a reflective light. That chestnut's a nice color. So kind of lay that down just a touch. And I don't know, I could be doing this completely wrong, but I see these colors in it, so I'm gonna put them in there. And maybe next time I do it a little different. Now I'm having trouble seeing in this light, so we're gonna just take our time right here. I feel like that right there is definitely a cool spot. Part of it is that I actually came in and drew the spots on the dolphin. I would not have done that if I was going to paint this. I would have just mapped it out. Or if I would have drawn over it, the paint would have covered it up. And on this, we don't have the luxury of the paint covering it up because all of these colored pencils are super transparent. Look at that. Look how nice that is, layered right on top of that. That is so beautiful. You just come in with that. This is the 50% warm gray out of the Prismacolors. And my goodness, it is. These colors are. Look at how much layering you can get done with these. And I'm no expert with these. I'm really not. I'm learning as I go, just like you are with it. But wow, these are beautiful. You've got the exact same colors, you know, in your Hoo Hoo Hero sets, if that's what you're using, or the other line. Don't stress out about the names that I'm calling these. Just practice. I think there's some more. There's like spots underneath here. I have to be really careful because I just draw straight lines. I just draw lines all over all of this. I swear he's got like these spotties up here too. This is beige. What color does this look like on him? Oh, that's the color. Cool. I'm gonna add some of this right in here, right over all of these things. Might not be perfect, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna grab, which color is this? This is 10% French gray. I'm gonna come in and I am just gonna start really shading all of these areas. Or blending. I'm not shading, I'm blending. Sorry, y'all. Go right over all of this. Now, you notice that I got some of that green dust in my illustration. It's okay. I'm not going to stress out about it. I do, however, want to come in with this 50% warm gray, darken up the side of his face here, or I'm sorry, his rostrum. I want a little bit more color here on this. Here's what I've learned. After you get some of that color really blended in, it's a lot easier to get in there and blend all this stuff out. It just glides right through there. It's really, really nice how that works. Now he's spotted, so he's got all these different markings on him that are truly there. And I always get nervous that I'm gonna go too dark. So on this one I'm gonna practice making all of these indications of this color a little bit darker than what I would normally do. Oh, look at that. Ha! It's working! Now I want to come in and add some more color here on his side. A little bit more color to some of these spots. Some of these spots don't need to be as dark, but some of them should be. A little bit more color to his pectoral fin there. Just a touch more. Just a touch more on his side here. A little bit more here. And you just see that as I continue to just add more layers of color, it really truly starts to bring out all the different colors of this beautiful dolphin. Now, I'm not overly a fan of what I've done with this eye here. I'm actually gonna grab the black. I'm gonna grab a little bit of black for right here too, where it just should be a little bit darker. Now he needs a little twinkle in his eye, I believe. I feel like he needs a little twinkle in his eye. Look how cute he is though. Is it perfect? No, it is not perfect. But am I okay with it? Absolutely, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this chestnut color. Then I'm gonna grab the white roller ball. I don't know, we might not get it done with this. It's not wanting to write. Why not? Why are we not writing? There we go. It's just not wanting to write. Okay. I can take this in my own hands here. Oh, I'm seeing that I want some more gray right here. Gonna blend some of this out just a little bit more. Bottom line is, this is, if it was a painting, it would be the underpainting. Then you would come back in and start really layering in all your color. Which is, you know, part of the process. This really just gives you an opportunity to see what it would kind of look like. Test your colors, decide if you like them, plan it out. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, I can't get the lid off of this. What's happening here? Oh, no. What's that? No. Wow, I didn't know that that was a thing. I just screwed the lid off of that. Interesting. No! Wow. I don't know what is going on with this pen. It's just not wanting to behave at all. I just want to cover that green up right there. I want that to be whiter. I want this to have some sparkle on it. This to have some sparkle on it. I don't know about that. I don't think that's doing what I wanted it to do. Okay. Siri, how much time is left on the clock? Hey Siri, how much time is left on the clock?
The timer has about 18 minutes to go.
Okay, y'all, if you heard her, we have 18 minutes to play with this. So what if we come in here and add a little bit of watercolor to the outside edge of this. Kind of bleed that in there. Color right over the top. I'm gonna go right over that pectoral fin. I'm really just playing. I don't really have a game plan with this. I'm just playing. Gonna go a little bit lighter blue now. Paint right over the top of that. If y'all have the 100 watercolor set, I'm using my two favorite colors in there, the aqua and that baby blue. It's kind of a light cerulean blue that's right underneath it. Okay. Some of that blue onto the dolphin. I just feel like that's about it. Ooh, that's gonna be super intense. I just kind of feel like that's all I can do. Okay, where's the fat marker? Right here. I'll come up in here and give him some highlights on his melon. And I'm just gonna touch him, you know, like usual. Kind of come in here and give him some highlights here. Because I'm seeing some dots of highlight color there. Oh yeah. Is that working? Oh, it's working. I'm about out of time though. I'm gonna come in and add some highlight right there, a little bit right there. He's got it on his sweet little baby face. He's smiling at us. I love these dolphins. They always look like they're smiling. I always feel like I want to do more and more and more, but I'm gonna do my signature outline that's gonna streak the color all through there. Wow, that's really gonna outline that, isn't it? Now I want to okay, I'm just gonna have a little bit of fun with it here. I'm gonna come in with the interference paint right over the top of this and just add some fun little shimmers to the background here. Oh, yep, that's gonna do it for me. We are in the process of manufacturing our own, because a couple of things I have found to be true. These watercolors that have the shimmer in them are super expensive, and a lot of the pans are hollow, so you're not, I don't feel like you're getting the bang for your buck. So we're in the process of launching a line of the watercolors so that everybody can have access to these at a decent price, and that they're not getting ripped off with the pans being hollow. Super excited about that. My hand is stuck to it. I'm trying to beat the clock. I'm literally racing the clock here. Hey Siri, how many minutes are left on the timer?
The timer has about 8 minutes to go.
Oh, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna put some gold highlights on this dolphin here. Just to see if it works. I don't know if it's gonna be too much or if it's gonna be fun. We'll see. Might be too much. Might be too much. I don't know. I still think he's got to be darker in these areas here. I'm gonna put this away. And put this lid on here. I'll clean this in a minute. I'm gonna pick up this is the 50% warm gray. And I'm gonna come in here and just keep working. All of this area. See, part of why I don't like this is my lines. I drew all those lines. So it looks a little unnatural to me because I can't get those lines covered up. But it's okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world for the piece. It just isn't exactly how I would have wanted it. Let's kind of shade those out a little bit. I find that every time you add a layer, you really need to blend it in with the... I should get one of those blending sticks for this. That would help, I think. See, now he's really dark in those areas. But he does look good, I think. I don't think it's terrible. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Let's move move all these out of the way. I always end up using 937. Oh, look at that. That's kind of fun. Yep. That's kind of fun. Hey Siri, how much time is left on the timer?
The timer has 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to have to like call time here. I'm just darkening these up and then smoothing it out. Oh, I'm about to be done. All right, there you have it. Atlantic spotted dolphin in under 2 hours. I did it. I'm not saying you should do it in under 2 hours. I'm saying that I was pushing myself personally to do it in under 2 hours so that I didn't overthink everything. And I like the results. Some of it's a little rough, but I think it's pretty. It turned out really pretty. So that's it for this episode. I'm Rio. This has been Coloring Passports, and I'll see you on the next page.